brother is the luckiest person that I know. He has always been sort of a wonderkin. He's really, really smart. He's dedicated, hardworking, very successful. But the bottom line is success is different than luck, and he's also very lucky. Like, go to Las Vegas and win really big lucky. And so I have studied him. And what I have figured out is that it's not pure luck. He's actually, through just sheer force of will, bending the energy of the universe like a Jedi, okay? And the force is strong in this one, okay? And I'm the exact opposite. So I'm the kind of person whose car breaks down the day she gets her income tax refund check. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it happens all the time. The luck comes in, the luck goes out. And this is my life in a circular fashion, okay? My example for that is this. I was a single parent, and I applied for and got a teaching job, and I was over the moon. I was going to be teaching on the main line until they told me how much I would be making, and then I was sobbing because there's no way I could support a child on that salary on the main line. And looking for apartments was just dismal. I was looking at dive after dive after dive and thinking, how could I bring a child here? Until just like magically, I have this listing. I don't even remember how I got it, but I follow up on it, and then before you know it, we're living in a small but really charming first floor apartment, and we're very happy there until our single landlord sells the property to a management company and you're out, right? Because they want to redo and raise the rents and we're out. And I'm right back to looking for an apartment again. Except now I have a kid in school and I'm trying to keep him in the school district, and so I'm looking at dive after dive after dive until I get this magical listing for a little tiny house, the last affordable house in Wayne, Pennsylvania. It is so small. I'm looking through the windows with my friend and we're trying to decide if adult furniture would fit in the rooms. But I rent the house and we live there really happily until my landlord sells the property to a management company and we are out, all right? And I'm thinking, I've seen this before, okay? But the one thing that was better is that my son was going into high school, and so the playing field was bigger, and I could branch out. I could actually get off the main line, but I wasn't sure where to go. I mean, it was like I'm gonna redo my life, and I don't know where to go. And he's going to college, and I'm thinking, what kind of community do I want? And so one day I'm sitting in my apartment stewing, and I decide, okay, I'm just gonna get up, I'm just gonna pick a community, I'm gonna go look at it and see if I like it. And I came to Westchester. I had eaten here one time, and I thought it was kind of cute. And I don't know if you ever watched the Gilmore Girls, but your town looks like Stars Hollow, okay? I mean, you even have a troubadour sitting in front of the courthouse playing, all right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm in Stars Hollow. And I call my son, and I'm like, I'm in Stars Hollow, Pennsylvania, and I think we should live here. It's a college town. There's gonna be kids for you when you come home from college. There's culture for me. This is it. And I start to look for an apartment, and I'm looking, and I still can't find one. I'm off the main line. And the only listings I'm getting are for those apartment complexes that surround Westchester. And the one thing I had promised my son was that we would not live in one of those, all right? But I'm running out of time. I'm being pushed out of the apartment, and I have to make a decision. And I end up having to sign a lease with one of those apartment complexes. My son is really disappointed, and I feel terrible. So one of the requirements of the lease is that I have to get renter's insurance. So I call an agent here in Westchester. I give him the new address, and he's like, oh my God, that's so close to us. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of hoping to get into the borough, but I wasn't able to do that. And he's like, isn't that weird? I just left an apartment in the borough. And I said, oh, how nice for you. And he said, you should come see it. It's still open. And I'm like, I have a lease. I have a commitment. He's like, you know what? You really need to see this apartment. And he talks me into coming, and I find myself pulling onto a tree-lined street and looking at a first-floor apartment with not one but two porches and a kitchen I can breathe in for the first time in my life. And I want that goddamn apartment, okay? And I have a lease. And so I begged this landlord to give me 1 weekend to get out of the other lease and apply with him. And he said, I can rent this today. And I said, I know that, but please. So I go and I beg to get out of the lease. It's not cost prohibitive. I'm willing to take the loss. I'm racing back to Westchester. I'm gonna get my apartment. And I'm coming in and I get detoured around Westchester because you're having one of those festivals you have all the time, okay? And I can't get to where I need to go, and I'm really discombobulated. And when I'm upset, I don't drive well. So I'm really not, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is in fact so me, okay? I gave up the other apartment. I'm not gonna get this apartment. We're not gonna have any apartment. But as luck would have it, I made it over. I gave in the application, and in 2 days we have that apartment, okay? All right, so wait for it, okay? And I kid you not, all right, because I love my apartment. 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I don't tell you that to make you sad. I tell you so that you can understand what it's like to be me, okay? I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I want to live in my apartment, but instead I'm going down this rabbit hole, right, of treatments. And I want to assure you, my friends and family rallied. They got me through the crisis. It really is surreal. It's a surreal experience, but I got through it. But eventually everyone had to go back to their own lives, and I was left alone in this brand new apartment post-surgery. My son has gone back to college, and I'm lying on my bed. I can't move to the right or left. It hurts too bad. So I can only look out the window at this gorgeous tree. I'm looking at this tree, and I'm thinking, that's a really beautiful tree. And I was going to get cancer somewhere, and if I had to get it somewhere, I'm glad I got it here. And I'm sitting in my bed, and I'm kind of giggling, and I'm thinking, I really hope I got this apartment as a place to heal, because you know what the other side is. But I really was happy to be there. Do you know what I mean? And I wish I could tell you that everything righted itself. That was like 3 years ago, but like there's lots of bad stuff that can come your way, and a lot of it has come my way. And every step of it, I've been so glad that I'm here, like on Earth and in Westchester. I am so glad to be in Westchester. If I could just find a parking space, okay? Okay. Thank you.
Cynthia, everybody. Great job.